I do have a confession to make. I actually had titanium jaw surgery.
Right now, I am infertile.
Let's talk about the death of the red pill. With guys like Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and other red pill podcasters getting exposed, a new men's ideology had to take its place. This is Looksmaxxing's climb into mainstream culture. But before we get into that, y'all already know what time it is. Shot o'clock.
Ain't hungry, I'm starving.
Cheers.
I gotta eat what I hunt, it's a bargain. The bigger they are, the broader the market. Cause I gotta feed like an army of Spartans. They plotting, they lurking, the blade getting sharpened. They hounds and they barking. They wait for the moment to take what was hidden and add to the garden. We just getting started.
The Looksmaxxing community has actually been around for a while. It's just been overshadowed by red pill content so much that it wasn't exactly mainstream. Now it's becoming more popular. And there are teenage boys around the world hammering their face, doing steroids to maximize their looks, analyzing every possible facial feature in a circle jerk of incels who desperately desire female attention. Not to be derogatory, but it actually gets very autistic. And the most popular guy in that space, Clavicular, is on the spectrum, so I guess he's literally the perfect person to be the face of this community. I did a video on him a few days ago, exposing his very rampant drug use, but I didn't realize how many young men were actually clinging to his practices and this toxic ideology. In that last video, more than half of the comments were saying, he's right, he isn't wrong about anything, you can't stop the truth. And to be clear, Clavicular and the Looksmaxxing community does have some good points, but it's the same thing with Andrew Tate and the red pill. You start off with saying a lot of things that are actually true and very motivational, and reveals something about the world that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But then we start getting into more extreme viewpoints and more extreme practices to actually achieve a goal. And these people know that if they articulate themselves well, there will be a slew of impressionable young men that will cling to their ideas and idolize them, creating a trend-like cult culture. For example, Clavicular does methamphetamines on a regular basis, and he doesn't expressly say to his audience that they should do it. I mean, he does tell 14-year-old boys to get on testosterone and growth hormones so they can age faster and have broader shoulders as an adult.
I'm 14, bro.
You're 14? You look a little older than that, but that's good. Masculine looking guy, high T. So what you want to do is, chill with the tweaking. But the first thing you want to do is inhibit your estrogen, right? So you're a young guy, so you have to height max. You have to prioritize your puberty. So the name of the game is inhibiting the conversion from test to estrogen. Estrogen causes the growth plates to fuse. You want to be a tall guy. You want to have wider clavicles when you're older. So definitely get on this. Do this in conjunction with HGH as well. It's going to make your growth process a lot better. You are going to have a much bigger frame when you're older. You'll come back 5 years from now. You'll be like, holy fuck, Clav, you were right. I'm 6'4" and I'm fucking all these hoes. So absolutely do that. You're gonna mog there.
There's no extensive medical proof that if you do testosterone and growth hormone while going through puberty that it will make you taller. I mean, there is some evidence, but it's like a very marginal effect. So you will essentially be interrupting your whole hormonal profile for a chance to be maybe 1.5 inches taller. I mean, this dude Clavicular is literally infertile.
People are asking, are you going to be infertile? Do you worry about having children?
So right now, I am infertile.
Wait, why are you infertile right now?
So it's just like a negative feedback loop when you're not needing to produce testosterone anymore because your body realizes, okay, we're getting it from an exogenous
So you're not producing
source.
any testosterone naturally?
No.
None?
No.
I'm not taking TRT, bro.
There was a time not too long ago where I almost had, a full-on heart attack and, a lot of health complications from prolonged stimulant usage, the vasoconstriction. I had certain heart, issues. So Mexidol kind of made sure, or Meldonium rather, made sure that I actually survived that night. So that was quite, of the experience, but Meldonium and Mexidol are the ultimate protective agents that you could use if you're doing degenerate shit like me.
Almost had a heart attack because of drugs, and then adds more stuff onto the list in order to balance that out. But that's my only real problem with this level of obsession. These guys are so focused on what they call ascension, which is just making yourself better looking, I guess. You're messing with how your body actually works, and then you're taking more pharmaceuticals to try and fix the problem you caused by taking pharmaceuticals. It doesn't even make sense. That's like stomping the fuck out of somebody and then helping them patch up afterwards. Like, you could have just not beat them up in the first place. Dude Clavicular has been taking stimulants like Adderall and prescription grade meth since he was 16. There's this thing in the community that they call the halo effect, which pretty much means that people will treat you better the better looking you are, and you'll get more opportunities. People will be more likely to listen to you and take your advice seriously. People are, in general, more likely to think you're intelligent, and that is absolutely the case. But my main point is, these guys aren't the ones you want to emulate if you want to live a long and healthy life and enjoy the benefits of being attractive for as long as possible. And I won't go into the fact that he's like a white supremacist. That'll get clipped up at some point after enough streams. But I want to show you guys what I mean about taking more substances to offset the side effects that came from taking substances in the first place.
Right now, I am infertile.
So since he's been doing testosterone since he was 14, he uses minoxidil and finasteride to combat the hair loss that usually comes with it. He uses Accutane, which is really bad for your liver, to combat the acne that comes from testosterone. And he uses Masterone and this thing called HCG to combat his infertility that is as well caused by using testosterone. Then since about 16, he's been using Adderall, Disoxin, which is literally prescription grade meth, and Coca-Cola as appetite suppressants, and retatrutide as even more appetite suppressants. But because all of these constrict your blood vessels, he literally takes Cialis, which in combination with all of the previous substances creates an extra strain on his heart. Remember, he literally almost had a heart attack. I'm just gonna run off the rest of these really quickly. He's using Anavar, Masterone, IGF-1, HGH, Xanax to lower inhibition at the club, BPC 157, and ketamine. I don't care how much benefit there is in the short term of doing all of these drugs, whether it helps you with productivity or boost your confidence. At the end of the day, it's not good for your heart, your liver, your kidneys, or most of your visceral organs. So you're just asking for medical problems in a few years. Remember, dude is only 19. I do have a confession to make. I actually had titanium jaw surgery, but I got shot in the face, gang, and my whole jaw had to be rebuilt, so it's not the same thing. And listen, I don't blame the young, impressionable teenage boys that follow him and want to buy his program / coaching, because that's exactly what they are, young, impressionable teenage boys. Whenever they find something they can cling to, they will defend it until it literally falls apart, just like the red pill. It was the same thing with the Andrew Tate fanboys and the Fresh and Fit watchers not being able to see the cult they're in from an outside perspective. The obsession to reach this level of ascension consumes every minute of their daily lives. And I just want to put this out there. If you are a black man or not white passing, stay out of these spaces. At least once it gets to these micro analytical depths, almost all the measurements and criteria for being good looking in this community are based on European features, and there's something that can be said for that, but that's for another video. Black people generally have wider noses because in hot climates it's more optimal for breathing, but you'll forever be insecure about your nose and other facial features if you're a black person unironically being in these spaces. And if we look at what guys like Clavicular are doing, literally wanting to do limb lengthening surgery to turn him from 6'2" to 6'6", we can see it's almost like a mental illness, like anorexia or something. Like, enough is never enough. I don't know if this is going to be the last video I drop on the Looksmaxxing community because it's becoming huge now, but honestly, if you value your sanity, I would say to stay out of these spaces and follow this simple formula. Work hard, make money, be healthy, exercise, take care of your personal hygiene, dress well so that when you look in the mirror, you can respect the person that's looking back at you. That's it. Thanks for stopping by. Soul Syndicate. I'm going to see y'all in the next one.